everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you guys all about our amazing, we'll do like a few days worth of eye looks, but today I'm going to talk to you about our amazing shadow palettes. And we have 3 shadow palettes and they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. And so I'm going to go backwards. So number 3 is kind of a purples, plums, a really pretty kind of a neutral rose color. Again, they all have shimmers and matte finishes in each one. And then palette 2 is more of our smoky eye, but you don't have to go dark with this one. I really actually am enjoying palette 2. It does have some much darker shades, but then it just has kind of some taupes and grays as well that you can make for every day. And that's what's amazing with these palettes is all of the colors are color coordinated, first of all, so it takes all the guesswork out of it. But you can do a night look, you can do an evening look, you can do a day look. All from this one shadow palette. These are thick palettes, so there is a lot of product in this. And all of these palettes are my very first original palettes that I got back in September. And you can hardly even tell that I've used a lot of them, and I use them almost every day. So I use them in combination with our splurge shadows. I use them alone. But the shadow palette I'm going to talk about today is from my friend Debbie, who wants me, she purchased shadow palette 1, which is more of our everyday kind of neutrals. It's got some browns, some golds, some bronzy colors, and she wanted me to show her kind of a good day look. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I have all my other makeup on right now. I truly believe that an eye primer is very important if you want your shadows the colors to pop, first of all, and for the shadows to stay. And so I always start with our eye primer, and it's just kind of a skin colored cream, basically, just a little bit. And what it does is it kind of mattifies and gets rid of any oils that you have on your eyelid, smooths the surface out, and like I said, it really makes a difference. The colors will be more vibrant if you use a primer first, and then it will also help your, especially in the heat of the summer, it'll help your shadows not to crease as well and to stay on all day. So I just kind of pat that on and let it dry, simple as can be. Again, that's our eye primer. And then I really like our all of our brushes, really. They come with a lifetime guarantee, but you can use any brush that you have. But the brushes I'm going to use today are our deluxe brush, which is just kind of a fluffy headed brush. I like a good crease brush, which is more of a cone shape, because that's great, like it says, for getting into the creases and doing some more fine detail. And then we have our shader liner brush, which just kind of helps blend your shadows. And then if you wanted to use as an eyeliner at all, it's got the angled end that you can do as an eyeshadow. So those are the 3 brushes that I'm going to use today with this look. And again, I'm going to use colors from palette 1. So I'm going to start with kind of what they call your transition color. And I'm going to go all the way over here to the very far left, I guess, if you're looking at the palette, with a color called Elated. And I'm going to pick up a lot of the product on my brush, one side of my brush, and then I'm just going to pat it on my eye. And you can pat it all over this color because it's a good highlighting color too. And so that's what I'm going to do, is just kind of get that color all over my eye. Gives you just kind of a base to work with. And again, do the same thing with the other eye. I do a lot of patting with my shadows as opposed to swiping with my shadows, because first of all, it keeps you from getting a lot of fallout, especially if you've already done your makeup and you're doing your eyes last. But I'll show you a little trick at the end if you do get any fallout underneath, how to get rid of that easily. So again, just pat that Elated all over your lid. And that was with the big fluffy deluxe brush. Then I'm going to go to kind of my crease and outer corner of my eye color. And I'm going to start with this color called Chipper. And it's just right in the middle of the palette. It's a brown and it's a matte color. And I'm going to get my cone-shaped crease brush. I'm going to tap off a little bit of extra, and then I'm going to focus on kind of the outer half of my eye and then sweep that into the crease. I go a little bit above my crease because I have more of a hooded eye, and so that helps to disguise that flap of skin that kind of hangs over. and give you a little color when you open your eye. Then you see a little bit more of it, whereas with a hooded eye, normally if you just go into the crease, you're not going to see that little bit darker color. And I'm trying to do this in my phone, but basically just get that color chipper all in the center outer corner and then sweep it over, and then just do the same obviously with the other eye. And again, I kind of just tap it on, and then I do brush it through the crease like this, and I brush it up. You can kind of feel that brow bone. I brush it up kind of on that brow bone as well. And you can do with this for a day look kind of just a 3 color, where I would use the elated first, and then you can use this chipper in the outer corner and the crease. And then you could use one of the shimmer colors. I like brassy actually for a day look, and pat it here. If you want a little bit more definition in the corner of your eye, you can go out to this Zealous, which is the furthest to the right. Get just a little bit of that on your brush, and then you're just going to kind of focus on that outer little V area, just to kind of give it a little bit of depth. And you notice that I'm not really blending at this point too much, because I'm going to use that shader liner brush here in just a minute and get it blended. And then what I do with whatever's extra on the brown, the dark brown, on the crease brush, is I bring it underneath my lash line just a little bit, just to get a little bit of color, that brown color down there as well. And now at this point, I'm going to take that shader liner brush and I'm just going to blend. And blending is really important when you're doing eyeshadows, because you don't want those harsh lines. And so I kind of just blend it out into a little bit of a V. You can brush off any excess if you have it there. But blend, blend, blend those colors together, and then you won't see those harsh lines, and it'll be a much smoother look. And so now I'm going to go back to my deluxe brush, which is the fluffy brush. I've brushed off that excess brown color that I had on there. And I'm going to take a little bit, sorry, try not to blind you with the mirror, take a little bit of this brassy color, and I literally just tap half of my brush in that brassy color. And then you're going to tap that on the first half of your eye. And again, do the same thing on the other side, first half of your eye, and see how that just brightens up that area. If you wanted to brighten up the inside corner of your eye, you could take a little bit of this Sincere on a clean brush, which is the one right next to Elated, and you could just kind of tap that into the corner, and that'll brighten up that corner area of your eye. And then I don't like a real harsh look above my colored shadows, and so I leave it just like that. You could add a little bit of that Sincere to your brow bone if you wanted, just for a little bit more of a highlight. Completely up to you. And then I don't blend it anymore at this point. So that's how I leave it. If I have any fallout from, especially from the shimmer shadows, I just take a dry brush like this with nothing on it, and I just sweep it off my makeup. Don't do it with your fingers at that point, because you'll just smear it and then it'll be hard to get that color off. But if you just use a dry brush, you can smooth and get rid of anything that's kind of fallen down on your face. With this look, I personally like a dark brown pencil. So I use our, this is the one that I've used a lot. It's small, but I use our dark brown pencil called Proper. And so what I'm going to do, and I'll show you a little bit of a trick. I'm going to try to come in close so that I can do it with my phone. But I'm going to line my bottom lid with that dark brown pencil. And then I'm going to take that crease brush at this point while that's still wet a little bit, and just kind of smudge it out so you don't have a dark, harsh line there. Smudge it out. You can smudge it a little bit when you first put it on, and then it'll set and you won't be able to smudge it. And then I do the same thing, obviously, on this side. And then again, just kind of smudge that pencil out. Now, you can do a line on the top. If you want to use a liquid liner, we have the same color in a liquid liner. And an easy trick for doing a liquid liner is you line your eye first with a pencil and get it how you want it, close to the lash line. You can wing it out a little bit if you want, but the wing should always go up from the bottom eyelid. So you don't want to wing it out down, or it's going to make your eyes look droopy. You're going to actually, if you want to wing it out to about right here, but you're going in an upward angle. And so what I do is just line very closely to my eye with a pencil, and I'm going to look down for this so I can get it. And I kind of pull on the side of my eye just a little bit, and I line as close to the lash line as I can get with that dark brown proper pencil. And then what you can do with your liquid liner, because it comes with a felt tip pen, is you can just line right over the top of that line that you made with the, I'm going to look down again, with the pencil liner. And then it makes it super easy just to trace that line with this pen and get more of a bold brown look. So it's a little bit bolder look with the pen than it is with the pencil. Kind of more of a shinier, glossier color. And you can just go to the corner of your eye if you want, or like I said, you can do a little bit of a wing where you just kind of wing it out a little bit on the side. But basically you're just following the line of that pencil that you've already put on. So anyway, that's a look with Shadow Palette 1, Debbie. I hope that was helpful. If you're going out in the evening, you can just add a little bit more of this dark brown Zealous. You can go with the Brassy if you want for the shimmer, or you can even go with this color Swanky if you want. So anyway, I'm going to put my lashes on and come back and show you the final look. Okay, so here's the final look with the lashes. I'm going to get up close so that you can see there's just that nice shimmer, a little bit of brown in the corner, and then I just added my lashes to that. You could line the bottom line, Debbie, with that purple if you wanted, or that precarious blue color too would be pretty. The purple I've done before and I really like it. You can also take some of that shimmer shadow underneath to line if you want. So lots and lots and lots of different options, but this is just a great day look that you can do with Palette 1. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.